ever 2020 game by a Timberwolves rookie. The Wolves, of course, once home to Kevin Garnett and Kevin Love, so that's a pretty good company.
Nowitzki kicks to Powell. Matthews with it. Now defended by Muhammad. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Matthews. Muhammad dishes to Towns. Well, good with the triple. Mavericks have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Matthews passes to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. And the basket by Nowitzki.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect part, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
And Bielitsa kicks to Prince. Passes it to Bielitsa. Here's Jones. No good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Rockets. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Correa. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. 1:53 left to play in the third. Outside, Jones. He kicks it to Muhammad. Back to Jones. It's stolen by Barea. Anderson right side. He dishes it to Lee for the lead. And another basket for Dallas. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
This game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here.
Yeah, 6 already. Intensity is the theme for this one.
And, guys, what a spark plug J.J. Barea has been throughout his career. When he comes in the game, you can feel the lift. We saw a couple games against Houston in the playoffs. Saw it back in 2011 in the championship season for the Mavs.
Great point. I mean, he has an energizing effect on his teammates, the fans, and the announcers. I mean, he just brings so much spirit and hustle to the games. Very hard not to root for a guy like that. Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Harris outside. Begins with the block. Inside. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam.
Wow. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And stolen by Wiggins. Poked away. It's stolen by Harris. Now here's Felton. He has 6. There's a good screen. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And we've reached the end of the third. Minnesota on top, up by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Mavericks trail by 5. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Felton is out there with Devin Harris. Then there's Nowitzki. Then it's Matthews, and it's Lee in at the center, filling out the middle. Nice shot by Felton.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And Rubio kicks to Towns. Rubio against Harris. 6 on the shot clock. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
They do it, and you also see a lot of points have come off the dribble penetration. They've been aggressive on the bounce at attacking the defense.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's jacked in for Lee. And it's Anderson in for Devin Harris. Here's Nowitzki. That's good.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Levine. There's the feed to Jang. Kicks to Towns. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Nowitzki, no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
From 15 feet away, uses the glass to drop it in. Nowitzki's got 4 points this quarter.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Wes Matthews, a hard-nosed player on the wing. Strong frame, and he really does put it to good use at both ends.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, during that break, Minnesota's head coach had some words for his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Stolen by Anderson. Now Felton. Anderson outside. Nowitzki with the screen on Jang. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Speaking of Matthews' strength, he really gets into you defensively.
Yeah, he wants to make you feel it. I mean, very physical. And offensively, he likes to post up and back down the weaker, smaller defenders. I mean, you give him that mismatch, he will attack it with vigor.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Felton. Back to Matthews. Good D by Rubio.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Felton dishes to Nowitzki. Fade away, and right through it goes. Nowitzki's got 8 points here in this quarter.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
And that's right, Clark. 6 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Matthews passes to Felton. Back to Matthews. It's tipped, and it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Felton kicks to Nowitzki. Inside, Powell. Minnesota with the rebound.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
To the inside. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. Wiggins has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Rubio against Felton. Here's Nowitzki. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Timberwolves leading by 8. Wiggins kicks to Towns, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Dallas now running out of time. There's the dish to Anderson. Matthews passes the phone. Back to Matthews. Dallas no good that time either. Minnesota's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Wiggins dishes to Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. 16 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
J.J. Barea is checked in for Dallas. And stolen by Wiggins. The Timberwolves another fast break chance here. And the jam by Levine.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a play. Really excellent focus that time.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Anderson's shot is off. Timberwolves leading by 11.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
Good point, Steve. And Clark, they had to battle for this one. There were times when it looked like it was slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
I like their fortitude, their toughness, particularly in terms of dealing with adversity. Anytime things didn't go their way, they just put their nose down and stayed with it. Because of that, they were able to pull away.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And, guys, it feels like a minor miracle here. I mean, they're finally going to take one in this 4-game season series, winning the final contest to finish out the year a subpar 1-3 against the Mavericks.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was. For Wiggins, he affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And Muhammad kicks to Smith. Pachulia with the steal. Teardrop shot. Harris misses.
And some people harp on his lack of height, but his size doesn't hurt him at all when it comes to rebounding.
Jones, no one around him. Off turn. With his 3. Lets it go from the wing. That one wide left. And so Minnesota takes the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson, just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Andrew Wiggins. Kenny, what did you think?
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
There's no denying Wiggins has almost superhuman athletic ability. But he's not just raw talent, he's got the polish too. And in case you didn't know this little fun fact, he was the first Canadian to win Rookie of the Year. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For